Hey everybody, June of 2000 here. Got a bit of a rant. Not an epic rant, like this piece of shit that I did like a year and a half ago, which we'll be doing a rant and watch party on this piece of fucking shit, which deserves that slam because that fuck that movie, in my opinion. But that'll be a fun stream that we'll be having in a week or in 2 weeks. But this is my review on the last movie that we got from the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise that I have reviewed all 7 movies. Wait, which is, yeah, 8 movies, including the 8th being Freddy vs. Jason. But this is the last one I'm reviewing that I have reviewed because I reviewed the other ones, which you want to check them out. I did one through Freddy vs. Jason, but the last one I have not done is the 2010 remake, which, granted, this is not a great remake, but do I think it's the worst? No, because I think there's a mouth piece of shit remake that I think are worse. Hell, I would even say it's the Halloween Ends is even fucking worse. But if you're talking about the worst remakes out there that are horror films, fucking Psycho, The Fog, 2005, Prom Night. I thought that remake sucked. I wasn't even a big fan of the original Prom Night, but I still think that remake is a piece of shit. And what a waste of Idris Elba being in that boring crap. The Stepfather remake sucked. Hell, the Hitcher remake pissed me off more than this, which I did an epic big rant on that piece of fucking shit like a year ago, and I fucking hate the original. I mean, I wasn't gonna say the original. No, I love the original. Fuck the remake, and even fuck the sequel that was to the original. Fuck those 2 movies. But I have done a big rant of how bullshit the remake of The Hitcher was to the original. Even Roger Howard even hated the fucking remake of The Hitcher and thought it was just a cost grab piece of shit. But if you want to enjoy my rant on that, it's in my channel, folks. Definitely subscribe and like and everything, folks. But yeah, did a fun time ranting on that piece of shit. Even this piece of fucking shit, I did an hour rant on. Fuck that movie. But yeah, I did get this at the library. I'm not a big fan of this movie, but I don't hate it. And shout out to my good friend Texas Hardcore 1965. Me and him do great live stream watch parties, and he's a big fan of this movie, which I'm cool for him to like that movie. Like, fuck, there's movies that people hate that I love. Like, I love Van Helsing 2004, and people fucking hate that movie. Even Wes Craven's Shocker, they think that's a piece of shit and one of the worst movies. Fuck no, that's a great film. And even, fuck, was it, fucking Waxwork 2? People hate Waxwork 2. I like Waxwork 2. Like, there's a load of movies that we could say that are underrated. Hell, I'm we're gonna be watching Foreskin, the 1995 Rumpelstiltskin movie that was created by Mark Jones from the Leprechaun movies, which I prefer this over Leprechaun. This movie's hated by a lot of people. They think it's a stupid movie, but I enjoy this fucking film. I think it's an underrated gem. It fucking rules, and great practical special effects and gory kills. And it's a low budget film, so it's a fucking A+ from me. But yeah, we'll be getting to the review for a bit. It's not much of a like story because it's just the same fucking story but done very different. And we'll go to the pros and the cons, and then at the reviewing of the movie. But yeah, the movie is starting off in Springwood, Illinois, or supposed to be the same place where fucking Haddonfield's at. It's multiverse crap, but also I'm cool if Texas likes this movie. Like, to each their own for everybody. Do I personally hate this movie? No. But do I think it's a great film? Not really. It's a really mid fucking remake, but I don't think it's the worst because there is some positive to it, and we'll get to it. But Nightmare on Elm Street remake is about starring in Springwood, Illinois, at a diner where we meet this main dude character. I forget his name, but I call him maybe, I don't know, Jacob or something. Well, I just call him Jacob, whatever, because that dude was in fucking Twilight, whatever. I just give him Jacob. But the opening is really unique. It opens where he's having this nightmare and he's talking to getting service from this diner lady that keeps walking away from him, and he keeps trying to follow her, and it follows him to a furnace dungeon, and he gets jump scared by Freddy Krueger, and he wakes up and he starts talking to um, Katie Cassidy, who's playing the remake version of Tina, and he starts talking to her. Then you get Rooney Mara playing fucking Nancy, and Kyle Gallner playing the Glenn, but now it's Quentin, and then you get some guy, another actor in the movie playing Jesse, who is, I guess, supposed to be Rod, because they changed their names because of course it's a remake, so it's to be different. But though they kept Nancy, but the last name was changed. But you get them at the diner interacting, and then you get Jacob, who goes back into a nightmare, and then he starts like offing himself, like putting like a diner butter knife through his neck, and very viciously gruesome. Like definitely like the most vicious kill in the movie. Like I would say that was actually a great opening. Like I'll give credit to that. It was a creative horror movie opening. It's cool. It's impactful. It shows Freddy more terrifying in that moment than most time in the movie, which we'll get to. But it's an impressive opening, and I'll give kudos to that because most of these fucking remakes that I hate don't even have good openings. They have shit openings and shit stories. Then we get to his funeral, and then they start interacting, and Casey Cassidy's character, the remake version of Tina, she's supposed to be grieving, and she starts seeing this vision of herself, and then seeing a picture of her and the Jacob that they saw as a kid and thought that they never met. And she starts putting the pictures together and seeing all these pictures and having nightmares about Freddy Krueger. And then Freddy Krueger is played by Jackie Earle Haley, which trivia fact, Jackie Earle Haley was auditioning in the original Nightmare on Elm Street to play Glenn, but his friend Johnny Depp, who drove him there, auditioned and got the role instead as Glenn. So like, there's true the fact that he was good. He was actually auditioning for Glenn in the original Nightmare on Elm Street film. I did not mind Jackie O'Haley. He wasn't the problem with the movie. We'll get to the negatives, but you start seeing like nightmares, which are interesting. They do kind of fuck it up where it's nightmares with CGI, especially when Nancy's like taking a nap in her bed, and you get that iconic shot scene where he's supposed to come out from the wall, but it's all fucked up in crappy ass CGI, which looked like dog shit out of a game. And the movie goes on where Katie Cassidy's character is like getting more deranged dreams from Freddy and more signs, and she freaks out in class when she encounters Freddy one on one, close up, and she screams and freaks everybody like what the fuck, and then starts having more panic attacks from Freddy and even having a nightmare during like a after she had a visit from the remake Rod character that's the Jesse, and he goes and stays with her and comforts her and until she starts having a fucking nightmare, and you get that remake scene where, oh, instead of like her being dragged on the wall, she's like lift in the air, like boom boom, but not bloodied up or something until she is bloodied up, where she is lifted in the air like the Exorcist of Reagan and gets four claws cut in her waist and stuff. But yeah, it's brutal. It has good practical blood squibs coming out of her like very viciously, and the movie goes on where Ross trying to find his innocence, talking to uh Nancy that I didn't kill her, but he gets arrested after he visits her at her house, and he goes to jail, has a nightmare with Freddy, and Freddy kills him in prison, like hanging him up and slicing him with his claws. And yeah, a lot of vicious moments. Like I'll admit those are practical blood squibs. They didn't use stupid fucking CGI. And that's when the movie kind of goes into a boring fucking route where it's a bit snooze fest after the jail scene where he gets killed by Freddy in the nightmare. The movie kind of goes off in a fucking snooze fest where nothing happens for a while. Then you get Nancy talking with Quentin, and then blah blah. When then she talks to his dad, who's played by Clancy Brown, Kurgan from Highlander, and Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob. Yeah, I like Clancy Brown. He played a lot of great villain characters in the movie. He even played Viking, one of the one of the fruit booty rapists from asshole rapists in Bad Boys with Eric with Esai Morales and Sean Penn in the original Bad Boys from the 80s. Yeah, he's in that. He's in the Shawshank Redemption as a guard who's like an asshole to Tim Robbins and everybody. But yeah, Clancy Brown's a good actor, and everybody would know him as Mr. Krabs. Like he's the voice of Mr. Krabs. You're like, what the hell? He voiced him, and he's in all these R-rated movies. Yeah, the way he cuts it is pretty funny because it's really impactful. But you don't really get much of him in the movie. He's supposed to be like a remake version of Nancy's dad, but instead it's Glenn's dad because Nancy doesn't have her dad in this movie, so that's another thing they changed. And then we get more stories like, about Freddy Krueger and all this shit. And I am not a big fan of when they went with this fucking route where, let's reveal that Freddy's a pedo and all this shit. And I do think that was kind of like pretentious crap. Like, instead of him being a child killer where he just murders kids, he goes and be a pedo to the kids as well. Oh my god. Because originally they were supposed to have that in the explained by Nancy's mom in the original Nightmare on Elm Street, but they thought that was too taboo and just too fucked up. And of course it's fucked up because it's gonna bring trigger warning to other people fucking deal with that bullshit. So they did the right thing. They cut that out in the original movie, but they put it in here, which I do think that was just a little fucking shock value, pretentious crap to put in there. I didn't like that because it kind of just it kind of hurt the character a bit. It's like the same stupid shit they did in Halloween 6 where, in the producer's cut, Michael impregnated Jamie and that was his kid, the baby that gives birth. Like that stupid shit. I do think that destroys it, and you get that, and the prequel stuff, I'll admit, is really impressive, and Jackie O'Haley does a good job playing human Freddy and Dark Freddy when it's like his face is covered, but when the reveal it looks like fucking crap, and that's garbage. But all in all, you get the prequel stuff, and Clancy Brown's in it, and then they show how he got burned, so like that's kind of cool to show. I kind of wish this was a prequel instead of a fucking remake. Because originally this was supposed to be set as a prequel, even during Freddy's Dead, that was supposed to be a prequel, but they changed it to a sixth final film, and then this was supposed to be a prequel, and they just put partially of the prequel into this remake. Like, let's remake it, make it modernized, and then you see like him getting burned and stuff, which is impressive, like showing how they got the town folks of Springwood to go after him and burn him. And you get Nancy and Quentin trying to like journey their ventures into how to destroy Freddy and the dreams, and they take him out of the dream, going Nightmare on Elm Street 2, which I still think I prefer that over this shit, but Nightmare on Elm Street goes with a different route where, oh, he's going to go after Nancy, and he brings him out of the real world and then starts fighting him and chasing her and all this shit. She falls into some goo of black shit from the Amityville horror toilet. And all in all, kind of a fucking slow anticlimactic finale, but they do kind of defeat Freddy and shit, her and Quentin, and then they're alive. Then she's with her mom, and of course, her mom early in the movie, mid of the part of the movie, she explains that who Freddy was, a gardener, and he puts a pedal to all the kids, even your friends, and murdered everybody of the kids. So Vigilante took away, got him into the ground. And then at the end, when they're talking, they came home. Freddy like kills Nancy's mom, like stabbing her eye with the fucking finger claws, which is covered with shitty CGI. That fucks it up. It should have been practical, where blood was coming out of her eye, and just like make really good practical, like dummy special effects. Like it should have had that kind of shit, not crappy CGI. Like it's a little bit better. Like I'll give it credit. It's a little bit better than the shitty Barbie doll ending that we got in the original, which looked like garbage. But it's this still looked like crap too. But and then Nancy freaks out and screams till end credit plays "Dream, Dream, Dream" by the Everly Brothers, which is a great song. I wish this song was at the end credit of the original Nightmare on Elm Street, or hell, and Freddy's Dead. I think this song was fitting because it fits Freddy Krueger. It's a great oldies classic by the Everly Brothers. Dream, 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 dream when I was young. I just dream. Great song. But yeah, that was the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Mid, bit dull movie, but not a piece of shit or anything. But let's go with the pros. I do like the opening. The opening was great. It did use some practical kills with some of the kills, except Nancy's mom's kill was fucking shit, where it was just covered with crappy CGI and fake garbage. But I did like the opening and some of the kills in the movie. Two, Jackie Haley didn't do a bad job. I thought he did a decent, good, fair enough job. Three, I did not mind like the prequel stuff. This prequel stuff was interesting and not bad. And I do a lot. And fourth, I'll give positive to the Dream song by Everly Brothers. Great song. Definitely would have loved to seen it played in the original Friday Nightmare on Elm Street movies with Robert Englund, because that fits Freddy a lot. And yeah, let's get to the cons. The movie does have a dull mid story in the middle part of the movie where it gets fucking boring. The ending's a little bit anticlimactic. It could have been better. Two, I did not care about Freddy being revealed as a pedo. They were kind of gonna go with like, oh, was it the parents like that they were the abusers to the kids and they were just fucking over Freddy and they just killed an innocent guy. They could have went with an interesting route like that, but they just screwed it up. Like, oh, he's a pedo. Fucking shock value ass. I didn't like that. Three, I did not care about Rooney Mara. I think she was the worst actor in the movie. I don't give a flying fuck if I'm disrespectful about that actress. She was disrespectful to the horror genre. She was disrespectful to the original Nightmare on Elm Street movie, to the original Nancy character from the original film. She was disrespectful about this movie. She was just being a bitch throughout the film. And she even like wanted to quit acting after having a miserable experience in this movie, which is crap because she's the reason this movie sucks, in my opinion. She gave off monotone, boring ass piece of shit performance that puts you to sleep. She did that on purpose because she did not like fucking working in this movie. And besides, who the hell casted her in this movie? She was crap. She didn't even like horror movies. So what the fuck is she doing in this movie? And I don't care. I never been impressed by Rooney Mara. I don't care if she was Oscar nominated for a couple fucking movies. She was never impressive. She put me to fucking sleep because she gave unpurposely. She did that as on purpose. She gave us bad performance. And also, fuck her. I'll take Heather Langenkamp any day over her. Heather Langenkamp was never disrespectful about the original movie playing Nancy. She is much better than Rooney Mara, and even a better looking actress than Rooney Mara. I'm not attracted by her, Rooney Mara. And besides, fuck her. She was rude about horror movies and all that genre. And I'm a big fan of horror genres, and I love the original Nightmare on Elm Street movies. And I even enjoy Rebel's Foreskin. But yeah, she's the big problem with this movie. Not Jack O'Haley, which I'll give positive to Jack O'Haley. He was good, Freddy Krueger. The thing that's shit about his Freddy Krueger was the look. When they would show bright lights on him, it looked like crap. Like the look of Freddy looks like shit. But he wasn't bad when the lighting of a dark shadows would cover his face and his dark voice would be speaking was great. It should have had more of that instead of like showing his fucking face because he was more terrifying with the shadows. But yeah, like one of the cons that I hate this fucking movie from is Rooney Mara. I do think she was the big problem. They should have casted somebody else in this movie as Nancy, not Rooney Mara. Who the hell casted her if she didn't even like horror movies? Don't care. Don't give a flying fuck. But all in all, I do think this is a bit of a mid remake. Not a piece of shit, but still a bit of a dull mid movie. Not big fan of it. I still would say I put this above the fifth movie because I think the fifth movie, Dream Child, I think that's a piece of shit more than this. But it still suffers from boring shit because Rooney Mara fucked this movie over. And also, you didn't need CGI. The script could have been fixed up. Um, could have cut down some of the pace. You could have had a little bit of more Clancy Brown in the movie. Maybe having more in the movie to make sense and maybe be an interesting character. Maybe like a father figure to Nancy in the film, and not show Freddy Krueger's face because the face looked like crap when it was shown with lighting on there. It looked awful. Like when his face is shown like this, where it's shadow like that, that looks much better. Like it should have had more of that, and even like more of that opening where he kills Jacob in the opening, more of that vicious shit. But all in all, mid remake, bit boring fucking parts, but I did like some stuff with the kills and Jackie O'Haley wasn't the problem. Rooney Mara was the problem. But that's my mid rant on Nightmare on Elm Street from 2005 remake, folks. Hit the like, subscribe, and have a good day, everybody, and take care. Bye bye.